Yo, it's your boy Llytic.
And I'm Tom.
And that ain't Falco. What?
What about Falco?
It's not Falco. It ain't him.
Who ain't
What's
Falco?
not him?
Him. It's not him.
So it's not the crab villain thing from the Powerpuff Girls? I guess that's
no,
good to
it's
know.
not Falco from, Star Fox.
Yes, but you also said it's him.
Yeah. And
Him is
Falco's a him.
Him is the cross-dressing crab devil thing from
But
Powerpuff
I said
Girls.
Falco. I wasn't talking about him. I was talking about Falco.
Well, then don't play the pronoun game with me.
Fun
I said,
Otherwise,
that ain't,
anytime
I
you
said that ain't Falco. That's not the pronoun game. I
But
said
what's
the man's
not
name.
Falco?
Yeah, that's not Falco.
What is?
That.
Not? Okay, what is the that of which you were referring to?
Me. I'm not Falco. And
Why-
neither are y'all. None of us are Falco.
Are you sure? Maybe Falco is my persona.
Personally, I prefer not that.
Fun fact, him in Powerpuff Girls actually stands for His Infernal Majesty.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting.
Nice.
Anyway, we're continuing with Twilight thing, Midnight Sun, the partial rough draft. Written by Stephenie Meyer. And we are now finally on chapter 2.
Yeah, because we were like derailing everything last time.
I wish I were drunk.
Well, if that was the case, then we'd probably derail it even more.
I'd probably be crying.
You a sad drunk then?
Seems
I'd
that way.
cry if I was you too. What?
Yes, if I were... I prefer to be Diogenes too. Chapter 2, open book. I leaned back against the cold snowbank, letting the dry powder reshape itself around my weight. My skin had cooled to match the air around me, and the tiny pieces of ice felt like velvet under my skin.
That sounds surprisingly comfortable. Weird. The sky above me was clear, brilliant with stars, glowing blue in some places, yellow in others. The stars created
Majestic.
majestic. I was going to say majestic. Let's freaking...
English, motherfucker. Do you speak it?
Sometimes the stars created majestic, swirling shapes against the black universe. An awesome sight. Exquisitely beautiful. Or rather, it should have been exquisite. Would have been if I'd been able to really see it. Oh,
I
come
got
on,
blind years ago.
What an awesome sight, guys. Am I right? It's so awesome.
Too bad I can't see it. Wait, what?
Wasn't getting any better. 6 days had passed. 6 days I had hidden here in the empty Denali wilderness. But I was no closer to freedom than I had been since the first moment I caught her scent.
I forgot about that. Like, after she arrives, he just fucking disappears.
This is why, I guess.
Apparently he's just laying in a snowbank looking at the sky, claiming he can see space, but not really.
Or he's under the snow.
That's why
He
he
has been
can't see
laying
it
there for a
anymore.
week.
It's covered up.
No wonder he's like, it did say it reshaped around his weight, so he has been in there for a while.
Oh, God.
And 6 days has passed, so
It's
probably
been snowing
pretty
for 6
covered.
days straight. He's stuck in the polar vortex. That tit-shaped killer of people. Have you seen that?
No.
Oh, fuck. Like the meteorological map of the polar vortex. It literally looks like a pair of tits.
Are you going to post it in the chat, or...
Let me find the picture first.
Okay, that's what you're doing. That's what I thought.
'Cause I saw like a global image of it, and it was like, this is literally just a pair of... Like, someone actually drew, like, like it is an anime girl. I kid you not.
When do people not draw things as anime girls, though?
True, but this one was just kind of handed to him. Can I? There we go. I had to type in tits. Things I do for you people.
I mean, you didn't have to do this. This is totally of your own volition.
Yeah, you brought it up.
Anyway.
My persona is a Triceratops.
I don't have a fursona, I have a
You
scale.
know, you didn't have to say that.
I know. I mean, I wanted to not break the 6-second rule, but like, whatever.
Shit, I don't know what to say. What do we start this with again? Personas. Yeah, that's it.
When I stared up at the jeweled sky, it was as if there were an obstruction between my eyes and their beauty. The obstruction was a face. Just an unremarkable human face, but I couldn't quite seem to banish it from my mind. Partly because of the fact that it looked weirdly like an owl.
I was about to say it wasn't a human face, it was an owl face on a human.
Yes.
I thought some random dude had just kind of walked up to him like, you alright there,
Just
buddy?
a homeless man standing over him.
He's like, you okay? Huh?
It's a dead homeless man.
Why is he under the dead homeless man?
Don't ask him questions. He might do other things in his spare time other than stalking people.
I guess he actually had to go and eat someone. Uh-oh.
Oops. Now his eyes are red. That can't be good.
I heard the approaching thoughts before I heard the footsteps that accompanied them.
God
The sound
damn it.
the sound of movement was only a faint whisper against the powder.
Oh, God damn it. 2018 ruined my ability to deal with the phrase I heard the approaching thoughts.
How so?
Let's do approach.
Gee, take a guess. It has to do with people that are incapable of talking to women and angry about it.
It's me.
No, you're incapable of talking to anyone.
Oh.
Well, I mean, he could talk to us, so...
Yes,
well, yeah,
but we're
do
not
you know
in
what the
front of
difference is? Yeah, I was about to say that.
him. See, there's this thing called the Black Mirror between us.
There's a mirror? The fuck? Y'all on the other side of my fucking dorm again? Get the fuck out of here!
The Black Mirror, the computer screen.
My computer screen's not a mirror, dummy.
I mean, in the right circumstances, it can be.
I can see my reflection.
I can't, because my computer's on. Have you ever tried turning it on?
It is on.
Well, then you got a really shitty TV screen or computer screen, buddy.
Well, you see, in the light of this gray screen...
Sounds like
Gray-
a you problem.
Gray and white because of this PDF we're looking at.
I still don't see a reflection, dude. Maybe you should turn the light on?
My light is on.
Well, then, I don't know what to
Hurry the
fucking
whole
tell you.
thing.
He must just have a really shiny computer screen. Like, mine's not very shiny.
So you're saying his computer's shiny like Edward?
I can see myself in his pecs.
Alright, that's all, folks. I'm not coming back. It was nice knowing y'all.
Cool. Gunshot heard in the distance.
Oh, God.
Zane, it's your line.
Fuck.
I'm not surprised.
I was not surprised that Tanya had followed me here. Took her fucking 6 days, though? What? I knew she'd been mulling over this coming conversation for the last few days, putting it off until she was sure exactly what she wanted to say. Get your dumbass off the ground, you pathetic piece of shit.
The Cullen family uses tough love.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking piece of shit.
Kind of pathetic loser just sits on the ground like this all the time in the snow. There's
Because
even a
they
fucking
wanted-
dead body. Did you already fuck up that badly?
Just because they want to eat someone. Pathetic. She sprang into sight about 60 yards away, leaping onto the tip of an outcropping of black rock and balancing there on the balls of her bare feet. Good thing that vampires are immune to cold.
Tanya's skin was silver in the starlight, and her long blonde curls shone pale, almost pink with their strawberry tint. Her amber eyes glinted as she spied me, half buried in the snow, and her full lips stretched slowly into a smile.
Wait, so he really was just under the snow, and that's why he couldn't see it.
Half
Yep.
buried.
So he buried only his face.
Oh God!
I'm just imagining
her.
I'm just imagining he's like an ostrich, just
Oh
head,
God!
head in the snow. Exquisite.
Exquisite. If I'd really been able to see her. See, he is fucking.
God damn! Stop with this shit!
I sighed.
She crouched down onto the point of stone, her fingertips touching the rock, her body coiled.
Cannonball, she thought.
Oh God!
Oh.
With the amount of force that vampires can pack into things in this.
Yeah.
She launched off into the air. Her shape became a dark, twisting shadow as she spun gracefully between me and the stars. She curled herself into a ball just as she struck the piled snowbank beside me. She hit the ground. The snow wasn't very deep because I had been, putting it over my face.
She got embedded partially into the dirt. It's kind of like Looney Tunes physics. Just an outline in the shape of her. Goes down like 6 feet. A blizzard of snow flew up around me. The stars went black, and I was buried deep in the feathery ice crystals.
Deeper than he was. I sighed again, but didn't move to unearth myself. The blackness under the snow neither hurt nor improved the view. I still saw the same face. Ugh, teenagers.
He's 101 years old.
He still has the mind of a teenager. Yeah.
Edward.
Then snow was flying again as Tanya swiftly disinterred me. Fuck, someone Google that. She brushed the powder away from my unmoving face, not quite meeting my eyes.
Dig up something.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, that's what
disinterred me.
Yeah.
Something that has been buried, especially a corpse.
Inter means to put into the ground.
Ah, that's why it was used. Okay.
Edginess.
Mm-hmm. This is my line.
Yes.
Am I on sorry?
Yes.
Sorry, she murmured. It was a joke.
I know. It was funny.
I really wish people would stop murmuring in these kinds of things. Enunciate, you fuck! Her mouth twisted down onto the ground.
Irina and Kate said I should leave you alone. They think I'm annoying you.
You are, bitch. Not at all, I assured her. On the contrary, I'm the one who's being rude. Abominably rude. I'm very sorry.
Well, someone got a word of the day calendar. You're going home, aren't you? She thought.
I haven't entirely decided that yet.
But you're not staying here. Her thought was wistful now. Sad.
No, that doesn't seem
She
to
just
be...
kicks him in the balls.
Oh, God!
You're coming home, motherfucker!
It doesn't seem to be helping.
One last call for alcohol. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. She grimaced. That's my fault, isn't it?
Of course not, I lied smoothly.
Don't be a gentleman.
I smiled.
I make you uncomfortable, she accused.
What? No.
So I think for every single line that they are reading each other's minds, we should just not speak and say it in our minds. That's how you get the authentic, whatever the series is called, Twilight experience. Yeah,
the authentic Edward experience.
Yeah, exactly.
She
It's
raised
either that, or I put on a voice effect.
I mean, that could be fun too. She raised one eyebrow, her expression so disbelieving that I had to laugh. One short laugh, followed by another sigh. Oh my gosh, the angst on this person.
All right, I admit it. A little bit.
She sighed too, and put her chin in her hands. Her thoughts were chagrined.
You're 1,000 times lovelier than the stars, Tanya. Of course, you're already well aware of it. Don't let my stubbornness undermine your confidence. I chuckled at the unlikeliness of that. Oh, so she's a narcissist, okay.
Is part of her name Tanya? I'm trying to remember who this character is exactly.
I'm not used to Bitch! I'm not used to rejection, she grumbled, her lower lip pushing out into an attractive pout.
I don't like her.
Fuck, I have to check.
Fuck, we broke the 4-second rule. God damn it.
I thought it was...
Restart the whole episode.
Tanya...
Ludenberg.
Okay, apparently she's part of the Llytic coven, so she's not the person I was thinking. So she's part of a different group of vampires.
Oh.
Because for some reason, my first thought was Rosalie, who was the one who has the backstory of she was actually a rape victim who got turned into a vampire and then murdered all of her rapists.
All? Like she got more than one?
Yeah, because it was her would-be husband and his friends.
Oh, gross.
And she did this all while wearing the wedding dress and did not get a single drop of blood onto it.
Good for her.
So you're saying she just had like 2 huge smoothies?
What?
Well, if she didn't make... there is no way she couldn't have gotten a single drop of blood on her dress unless she drank all their blood.
Yes.
Exactly. So she had 2 huge people smoothies.
I think it was more than 2. I think it was closer to like 6.
That's still a lot of people smoothie. God damn.
Yes.
That was the only point I was trying to make. People smoothie.
I should also point out that apparently at some point it gets stated that one vampire managed to drain an entire human of all of their blood over in under a second from a single cut between their fingers.
Can we
I'm gonna let you try to figure out how the fuck that works.
It doesn't. We need to nerf this universe. No. Zachariah, please nerf this. They don't belong in space.
Twilight vampires OP, please nerf.
Shit. Certainly not. I agreed, trying with little success to block out her thoughts as she fleetingly sifted through memories of her thousands of successful conquests. Mostly, Tanya preferred men. They were much more populous for one thing, with added advantage of being soft and warm. Okay,
Are
humans.
Girls not soft and warm? Damn.
Okay, when they say men, they mean humans. I was really confused for a second.
It says human men in the statement.
Oh, human men. Whoops.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's our human women not soft and warm?
I think it's because of the fact that it was written by a Mormon and therefore gayness is a no-no.
Wait, I get it. It's because girls aren't real. That's why they're not soft and warm like men. Okay,
Not
it all
for
makes
you.
sense now.
No, the only thing that's not real is the women that you're after.
I don't know. That would require me to be after someone.
Yes, fictional women.
Alright, let's just move on. I was trying to think of something clever, but I can't think of anything for now. You win this round, alright?
But yeah, I was confused. I was like, they're half the population. I don't think they're more populous. With the advantage of being soft and warm. And always eager. Definitely.
Ooh.
I don't know. I kind of prefer, like, my partners to have body warmth. Gonna say it.
Succubus, I teased, hoping to interrupt the images flickering in her head.
Haha, so quirky. She grinned, flashing her teeth. The original. Bitch! God damn. Fuck this person.
Why do I get the feeling that her special vampire power has to do with magical seduction?
I don't know. I don't really care.
Unlike Carlisle, Tanya and her sisters had discovered their consciences slowly. In the end, it was their fondness for human men that turned the sisters against the slaughter. Now the men they loved lived. Well, I guess that's nice.
When you showed up here, Tanya said slowly, I thought that...
I'd do a cannonball.
How did I...
I'd known.
No, I lost my entire page. Hold on.
Page 25.
When you... Or I know I'd known what she'd thought, and I should have guessed that she would have felt that way, but I haven't been at my best for analytical thinking at the moment.
Not gonna lie, so far her and Alice are kind of like the only characters I kind of like in this, and I think the whole thing of her being a bad person is just how it's portrayed in the writing itself.
I don't like any of the characters.
Yes, but you don't like anyone.
Not necessarily true, but...
I wish they weren't so high and mighty. I don't like people like that.
Yeah, the only reason anyone should ever be on that is because of the fact that that's what I'm paying them for. Or that's what they're paying me for.
In other words, step on me, please.
Yes, please. Stomp on me. With heels.
Oh god, dude, calm down.
Fuck. Let's see, we already said you thought I'd change my mind?
Mm-hmm.
Was the scowl thing already said?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Yes, she scowled.
I feel horrible for toying with your expectations, Tanya. I didn't mean to. I wasn't thinking. It's just that I left in quite a hurry.
I hate to watch you go, but I love watching you leave.
Well, yes, he's got a nice firm ass.
You would know that. Take a picture for me.
All right, Robert Pattinson.
I don't suppose you'd tell me why. I won't. Leave, bitch.
Literally his next line.
I sat up and wrapped my arms around my legs, defensively curling. God damn it, curling defensively. I don't want to talk about it.
Tanya, Irina, and Kate were very good at this life they'd committed to. Better in some ways than even Carlisle. Despite the insanely close proximity they allowed themselves with those who should be, and once were, their prey, they did not make mistakes. I was too ashamed to admit my weakness to Tanya.
Fuck, I'm just getting lost in this man's cheekbones.
His butt cheekbones?
No, his face cheekbones.
Look.
I personally liked him better in Water for Elephants than I did in Twilight.
I don't even know who the guy in Twilight is, and if he did anything else.
I'm just looking up pictures of him. Some of these are the Twilight ones, and the makeup looks terrible, but...
Do I say women troubles or the line before?
Women troubles, I think.
Women troubles? She guessed, ignoring my reluctance. Bitch, tell me.
Because apparently this character is the male equivalent to Anastasia Steele in 50 Shades, and that he's apparently never had a sexual feeling until now.
Me neither.
Oh god, now we just need to wait for you to run into some billionaire with a thing for BDSM. Well, no, he doesn't actually have a thing for BDSM. It's just that he's a serial killer. So now we just need to wait for you to find a serial killer billionaire to, for some reason, want to fuck. Despite them being a terrible person.
It's fine. They just won't tell me they're a serial killer, and then they'll be super obsessed with me like a Oh, wait, no, I'm talking about anime again. My bad. I don't know what real girls are like.
They'll claim to be into BDSM, when really it's just that they're an abusive person who wants to cut you off from any and all social interaction that you would have so that they have a complete and total monopoly over your life. You know, like an abusive person does.
And then since they're a serial killer, they're going to stab me.
Well, I just meant that he had the mentality of a serial killer, considering the fact that he also, like, straight up cyber stalks any of his quote-unquote subs or potential subs.
Damn! Calm down there, buddy! I've been following you on social media for 3 years, and I know you've moved into town this week.
Oh, God. Allow me to buy you everything. That
I
is
would
my
legitimately
quality
hit
is
somebody
money.
if they did that.
They tried to buy you things?
If they bought me a bunch of stuff, like, didn't she, like, buy him a car and then, like, went through her house and, like, replaced all her shit?
Oh, yeah. The whole thing is he was also doing that without permission, because one of the things he did is he sold her old car and bought a new one without consulting her first.
How do you even get away with that?
Money.
Touche. But still, I'm not super into gifts in general, so I'd
Yeah.
be like, no thank you.
Most
Don't do
people
that.
aren't into surprise gifts.
Yeah.
That's what
The
wrapping
only
paper is
surprise
for, to
I
keep
want
the
is
gifts
a
as a
surprise
surprise.
hug.
Touch starved motherfucker. Fuck, I can relate. Okay, anyway.
Sorry.
Most of my romantic interactions involve me being stabbed.
That sounds like a personal problem.
Nah, it's spades-wise. I left a beak laugh. God damn it!
I left
Caw-caw!
clapped in
Ha ha
cheeks.
ha!
I laughed a bleak laugh. Not the way you mean it.
Huh. Huh.
She
Huh.
What
She
the
was quiet
fuck
then.
was that?
She was quiet then. I listened to her thoughts as she ran through different guesses, tried to decipher the meaning of my words.
Bitch, you lonely. Words. I don't know words, guys. Can you help me out?
You're
You're not.
You are not.
The contraction. You're not even.
Your? What's your mean?
You are.
Page 26, third paragraph.
I can't even locate the remote when it's in my face. How do you expect me to do this? How did I lose this so horribly?
How?
I made the right page this time too, so I don't know
It's
where
near
the fuck.
Top of the page, page 26.
You're not even close, I told her.
There we go.
One hint.
Please let it go, Tanya.
No. She was quiet again. Still speculating, I ignored her, trying in vain to appreciate the stars that I still can't see.
Because of face.
Hoot.
She gave up after a silent moment. Her thought pursed a new direction.
Pursued a new direction.
Pursued shit.
Where will you go, Edward, if you leave? Back to Carlisle?
I really wanted to put on the echo for that.
I don't think so, he whispered. I don't think so.
Shit, let me clear the effect.
Pardon?
What?
Oh, you had the echo effect on. That's what it was.
Where would I go? I could not even think of one place on the entire planet that held any interest for me, because I am a pretentious sack of shit. There was nothing I wanted to see or do, because no matter where I went, I would not be going to anywhere. I could only be running from.
I hated that. When had I become such a coward?
6 days ago.
Yeah, like, what does this family do? Like, what's gonna happen when they all get out of high school?
I'll go to college again.
College. Because if memory serves, it's the whole thing is they stay in an area until it becomes pretty obvious that until it's like reaches the point to where people around them would notice the fact that they aren't growing any older.
Which would be
and
pretty
move to
quickly.
a different area in Washington. Honestly, like stuff like that, you typically don't notice gradual change in a person.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but
So
they're in high school, the time
Yeah.
where their bodies should be changing. If they were
True.
adults and pretended to be adults, they could just look like young adults until they're like 30s,
yeah,
maybe
they could
even 40s.
they could wait like up to 10 years, maybe longer, if they weren't doing the high school thing.
Yeah, high school. This is not a good idea. Fucking, this family's stupid. They're stupid. They're all big stupids. I wasn't saying any other words. They're just big stupid.
The big stupid. Like
The
your
big-
roles yesterday.
Oh God, I was the big stupid yesterday.
You put Zane in a party without idiots, he becomes the idiot.
The law of equivalent exchange.
The difference is he's the lovable idiot.
True.
I'm not the one trying to punch a dragon at level 1.
No, instead you're trying to steal a piece of the soul edge.
That was beautiful. Ooh, shiny. Who cares?
To be fair,
do an Arcana chat one.
Yeah, he rolled a nat 1 on his Arcana check. He had no idea what that is. He still has no idea what that is.
He also
all I know is that it gives me the sickness.
Don't forget the root.
Well,
that cures the common cold. You'll be fine.
Gee, this cures the common cold. I should buy this from the person
I even tried to pretend like I wasn't gonna buy it, but
poor rolls and high rolls on the NPC's part. For those of you wondering context, D&D session, I was a DM, Zane was a player.
As was I. I got my fuck on.
Yes.
pervert. Where are we again?
It's my job.
Tanya threw her a slender arm around my shoulders. I stiffened, but did not flinch out from under her touch. She meant it as nothing more than friendly comfort. Mostly. You want to fuck in the snow?
It sounds kinky, but
sounds cold.
I'm now just thinking about the fact that again, it says that like she's mostly going after human men, and the whole thing with like the vampires is that their body temperature is room temperature. I'm just imagining the fact that if you got your fuck on with her, that would be really fucking clammy.
More like really frostbitey.
Oh god. Only if you're outside in the snow.
Which they are, mind you.
I don't think most humans are going to be having sex outside in the snow.
Just do it next to the fire. That'll warm her up.
Can
just to make it seem like she's at a normal body temperature. They're next to the fireplace.
Yeah, I wonder how many people have like boned her, just like, God damn, you're cold, bitch!
Yeah, it's like, just fucking hell, how cold are you? Like, that whole comforting arm thing just made me think, is just, imagine someone just, like, putting just, like, a cold slab of meat over your shoulder.
No wonder she wants to cuddle so much. She wants to get warm.
That's why she's going after humans.
In the summertime, it could be kind of nice, but, like...
I could just picture her being, like, somewhere just like, I don't even want to do anything with you. Just let me cuddle you, please. I'm cold.
Shit. I think that you will go back, she said, her voice taking on just a hint of her long-lost Russian accent. Oh, so now we're slut-shaming the Russians, are we?
Da, you will go back. I can't do Russian.
Shit. Princess Zelda.
I think that you will go back, comrade.
No matter what, or who it is, what it is, or who it is that is hunting. Shit, they don't have articles, though, so it'd be like, no matter what, or who that's hunting you. You'll face head-on your type.
No wonder we didn't like the Russians. They don't have the Articles of Confederation.
Where vodka?
Her thoughts were as certain as her words. I tried to embrace the vision of myself that she carried in her head. The one who faced things head on. It was pleasant to think of myself that way again. I'd never doubted my courage, my ability to face difficulty before that horrible hour in a high school biology class such a short time ago. Oh, come on. It's just a moment of weakness. That doesn't mean you're intrinsically weak. It just means you have to try to overcome it and become stronger. Otherwise, you are just proving you're weak.
It's almost like when people don't face failure because they're too OP. The one time they fail, they freak out.
Yeah, shit, he's falling off the curve.
My life is over. I can't live down this mistake.
It's grades. They don't matter in real life.
I'm pretty sure it does matter if you kill someone in class.
That matters. I was talking like grades, but...
This is the thing that we're talking about that is his weakness right now, is trying not to murder someone.
Everybody's like that, though. You're telling me you don't like to murder people?
Well, I
Or
mean,
at least wish?
I did that back home, but
Exactly!
it's kind of
You're
frowned
not in
upon
the room
here.
to talk then, bitch!
It's frowned upon here. I mean, back
Well,
home you do it too often and you're just a fucking douchebag.
Dude. Don't be such a douche, dude.
Seriously, how many murders is it this week? God, you fucking asshole. That's what it's like back home. We don't have this stigma back home.
I don't know. Back home, I'm pretty sure if a bronze went around murdering people, there'd be trouble.
True. That's why I made good friends with a purple blood.
We're off track again.
A little bit. I'm just trying to
your
digest.
line, I kissed her cheek.
I kissed a girl and I liked it?
Sure.
Yes, Katy Perry.
I kissed her cheek, pulling back swiftly when she twisted her face toward. I don't know the song past that, so towards me, mine.
Taste
Her lips
of her
already
cherry
puckered.
chapstick.
She smiled ruefully at my quickness, and then I punched her. I'm not into her like that. The only way she learned, that damn succubus.
Ah, God, stop with the slut shaming, Edward. Thank you, Tanya. I needed to hear that.
Her thoughts turned petulant. You're welcome, I guess. I wish you would be more reasonable about things, Edward.
Again, it's her and Alice are the only likable people right now. She's being genuinely supportive, even if she is, has the goal in the back of her mind to bone him.
I mean, they're all sociopaths, so...
No, this one isn't.
Yeah, true.
This
She
one
just
just
likes
wants
to
to
get
take
her
you to the
fuck on.
bone zone.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's just that she fucks. Which is
I
only
can't
bad if
relate.
you're Mormon or a prude.
Like me. Boo, sex, bad.
I was
That's
going to
what
say
adults
like
say,
Tom.
right?
Tom's the group prude.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure Tom dabs really hard at parties. And everyone wants to bone him there. That's what people do at parties, right? Dab?
Dab.
You're assuming that I know and actually go to parties.
Just flashing back to that one thing I heard about what apparently high school dances are like now, when they described a situation in which a group of people were in a circle T-posing around a guy Fortnite dancing.
You know, I'm kind of glad that wasn't a trend when I was in middle school and high school. The few dances that I did attend, there was nothing that stupid going on.
I wish I was still going then. I would have loved to see that. Just a shit ton of people T-posing at a party? That'd be beautiful.
That sounds like the kind of shit that's you just have to see it.
Yeah, I don't believe that's real. That can't be real.
You see, I'm the kind of person who, whenever I was at parties, I'd be uncomfortable because of the noise and the people, and I'd be in the corner glaring at everyone because I hated my life at that moment, and I was taking it out
you
on
little
them.
edgelord.
I went on.
I was a very edgy teen.
I fucking
think I went
murder
to
people,
one.
and you're a bigger edgelord.
I think the only school party I went to was one of them, and then I technically went to one, but I didn't actually go inside the building. I was just hovering around outside of it like a fucking creep.
I didn't even go to prom. I watched Conan the Barbarian.
I didn't go to prom either. This was middle school. That was the last time I went to a party.
I didn't, because I'm not from this fucking planet.
Oh, boo-hoo,
You're not
mister. I'm not from this planet. Didn't get to go to any parties. Who
Yeah,
cares?
It's a
Not
bad
mission.
thing that I didn't get to go. It's the fact that Tom's
right.
doing a borderline brag thing of, I didn't go to prom.
I'm not bragging. I'm just saying that was the way I did things.
I
not trying to
wish I
brag.
was cool enough to watch Conan the Barbarian.
Yeah, you did sound like that person that was I was too cool. I'm not like the rest of you plebeians. I didn't go to the prom.
Prom just wasn't very interesting. It's
That
only
That wasn't my intent. I was just kind of saying it more about myself. Good lord, I was a loser. Scratch that. The was shouldn't be there. I'm a loser.
Yes.
But at least we're losers together.
I believe it's my line.
I think so, yeah.
All right. Sorry, Tanya. You know you're too good for me. I just haven't found what I'm looking for yet. She's even willing to date down.
I was thinking... Actually, that might have been Zane's line. Too late now, but...
Oops.
I think that will... Fuck! Oof!
Oh,
She's
well.
willing to lower her standards for your pathetic ass, Edward.
What's all this about standards? Why
Yeah,
can't we
forget-
just not compare people like that?
You've seen this man's thoughts.
Well, yeah, he thinks like a thought.
Well, if you leave before I see you again. Goodbye, Edward.
Goodbye, Tanya. As I said the words, I could see it. I could see myself leaving, being strong enough to go back to the one place where I want to be. Thanks again. I went to her house and I murdered her.
I feel like we're gonna have to say goodbye to the only one of only two likable characters.
Yeah, I can't wait to actually see Belle. Her's her name, right?
Yeah, Bella's the main character, but
I
so
can't
far we've
wait
had
to see-
Alice, who is like, hey, remember, these people have families.
Yeah, Alice is actually kind of cool. But
Well,
you
yeah,
know,
even among people who dislike the original books, but have read them, they're like, but Alice was cool.
yeah, I'm finding reasons to dislike just the kind of writing style or characters anyway, just not because of the bandwagon or whatever. I'm just genuinely not really enjoying myself that much here.
And it's like, so far we have a character who's probably only being portrayed as like somewhat villainous because of the fact that she fucks.
I mean, the only reason I didn't like Twilight is because it was like the guy was the vampire. I'm pretty sure I'd like it a lot more if Belle suddenly was a vampire and it was all about,
I mean, she does become one later on, but I think you're just outing yourself for your Monster Girl thing.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was getting. I'm not even
Meanwhile,
outing that. I'm putting that directly on the table. I would read it like that.
I want equal representation between Monster Girls and Monster Boys. I have read how many chapters of everyday life with Monster Girls, and we still haven't gotten a single Monster Boy, and it's even been pointed out by background characters.
Exactly. Why don't we get... No, they're...
Bring on the fucking Monster Boys
the only
already.
males, monsters in that TV show so far in Monster was those ugly-ass pig or goblin fuckers who robbed the
Yeah,
bank.
there were the orcs, and then there were the flashbacks to the centaurs.
And I forgot if it was a monster or not, but there has been a really huge-ass motherfucking muscular man that showed up in like the most recent Everyday Life with Monster Girls chapter.
I haven't been keeping up very much with that one.
So there's like a competition going on right now between all the neck people. And it's all about who brought the hottest, most sexiest guy. And one of the snakes are really into the really huge buff dudes. So they brought a huge ass buff dude to the competition.
I don't think that's a monster. I think that's just Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Well, I'm actually going to go look it up. I have to now.
You see, this is why I started reading 12 Beast. Partly because, unlike most isekai genres, it actually had it to where the villains are people from our world.
Interesting.
That's one of the things in it.
Just imagine a cowboy fighting a fucking snake monster. Like, I'm gonna go kill these motherfucking bitches.
Well, like, one of them is
like
this...
dual-wielding revolvers.
On top of that, it's a whole thing of, like, one of the things you don't typically see in stuff like this is a male villain getting a redemption in any way.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think one of the examples was, like, Masters of Ragnarok, in which all the male villains died, and then all the female villains got redemption, and it's like, wow.
Well, that's
This is
sexist.
a fucking bag of shit. Like, one of the dudes whose whole thing is that he's just going out, like, he came to that world, he got, taken to that world, and his whole goal is to just, like, hunt big, like, dangerous animals. Like, just straight up, like, realizes, I guess I probably shouldn't be shooting what are technically just people. It just brings, like, this giant monster carcass to the werewolf tribe. It's like, oh, fuck, you actually kind of won me over with that.
Not gonna lie, that guy sounds kind of cool.
It's the whole thing, is I don't like...
talking about.
Fuck, that is a big man.
I know. The lad's just huge as fuck.
Absolute unit.
He really is, though. Look at that lad.
Yeah, like, I don't typically like isekai stuff, but if you do something that everyone else isn't doing, I'll typically at least give you points, and that one's at least doing a thing where, like, something I've been joking about for a while, if you were to introduce people from a technically more advanced society into a pseudo-medieval type situation, them becoming villains.
Yeah, well, in Overlord, the main characters are pretty much the villains of the world. It's actually kind of interesting the way things go. And
it's the kind of the whole thing, though. If you look at history, anytime you've had a quote-unquote more advanced, or at least in their eyes, more advanced civilization jump in, they fucked everything up and ruined it for everyone. Just look at what happened whenever Europeans came to North America.
Also, Africa. They fucked the shit out of Africa.
Oh yeah, the bicycle industry fucking ruined Africa.
I'm talking about beforehand, like...
Yeah, but like...
entire cultures have been deleted from that continent.
I think the final killing blow was basically the bicycle industry, because it was all of a sudden just everything being destroyed for the sake of getting rubber.
Oh yeah.
I'm not kidding. Shit, where were we?
I think
whose last line was it?
Tanya. I said last thing, I think.
No.
Okay, you said goodbye, Tanya?
No. I think he said something about, like, picturing he'd be able... Yeah, the last thing I think I said was that, because he's, like, being strong enough to go back to the place I want to be. That was the last thing we said.
Yeah.
Right. She was on her feet in one nimble move, and she was running away, ghosting across... God damn it, now I have to take a shot. Across the snow so quick that her feet had no time to sink into the snow. She left no prints behind her. Oh god, she's Legolas!
Nani?
In the Lord of the Rings, Legolas doesn't sink into the snow.
Why?
Yeah.
Because he's an elf.
Yeah, that's the movie.
That's not sound logical.
Elves are so nimble that they don't sink into the snow. If memory serves, that's even mentioned in the book.
Yeah, fleet of
How does that work? How do you not sink into the snow?
Because
well, according to because science, it's because he has a body density so low that he would float on water if you dropped him in it.
Exactly.
Elves can apparently walk on water. They are that light and airy. They're like aerogel.
Couldn't you just, like, toss one then really easily?
Probably. It probably would have been easier to toss the elf rather than toss the dwarf.
Well, yeah, the dwarf sinks if you drop him in water. My rejection.
So what you're telling me is that Jesus is an elf.
Yes. It wasn't belief, it was the fact that he's an elf.
I'm more concerned about the fact that elves are real. Where do they go?
Apparently, they sacrificed themselves for you to jack off to porn.
I always remember that part. Just, like, he died for everyone's sins, and with how, like, widespread sins are, technically, God's pretty much forgiven somebody for jacking off to Waluigi.
Yes, I think that was one of the things mentioned. That actually was on brand new r/brand new sentence.
Oh.
Bustin' rope to Waluigi hentai.
Quick thing, you're considering that is a sin.
According to most interpretations of the Bible, masturbation is a sin.
Yeah, I guess so.
I was just trying to point out that, like, there's just so many different ways people interpret the Bible now that it's hard to tell exactly what's a sin and what's not sometimes.
Yeah, because according to where
gay a sin?
According to how you look at it, wearing mixed fabrics is a sin.
Yeah, the way I...
Which 100% cotton is fucking shit and cheap as fuck. So no, I'm not wearing that. I'm wearing mixed fabrics.
Yeah, the way I look at it, just Christian's perspective, I just... 10 Commandments, that's the main thing that I'd worry about, but that's just me.
Her rejection bothered her. My rejection bothered her more than she'd let on before, even in her thoughts. She wouldn't want to see me again before I left.
My mouth
I was going over there anyways, because I'm an asshole. Sorry.
It's fine. No, you're right. He totally is. My mouth twisted with
let her down gently.
My mouth twisted with chagrin. I didn't like hurting Tanya, though her feelings were not deep, hardly pure, and in any case, not something I could return.
Fuck you!
Who
It's
cares
still-
about pure thoughts? What?
It still made me feel less than a gentleman. Okay, so are we still
Tips fedora?
are we still not drawing neckbeard vampire for the for the screenshot for
I
this?
haven't had the energy in me to draw one, so I'll probably just put a fucking picture of my dog as the thumbnail.
Okay.
You know what you should do? Just put a picture of a neckbeard instead.
Oh, God.
And
That
then
really
put
confused
like
me.
vampire things on it. No, just like
okay.
Photoshop a beard onto Edward.
Uh,
Just like really
Take a
shittily
pic-
too.
Photoshop a fedora onto a picture of Edward.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Just do that.
there's a Mac lab that you could probably use Photoshop for free in there at the college.
Well, no, you actually have to be using it for a class assignment.
Ah, that's a rule. Okay,
Kind of the whole thing with that.
understandable.
Put my chin on my knees and stared up at the stars again, though I was suddenly anxious to be on my way. I knew that Alice would see me coming home, that she would tell the others. This would make them happy. Carlisle and Esme
Esme.
especially. I'm calling her Esme. But I gazed at the stars for one more moment, trying to see past the face in my head.
God damn it.
That dead
Hoot.
boy. I really need to move him. Between me and the brilliant lights in the sky, a pair of bewildered chocolate brown eyes stared back at me, seeming to
It was
ask
actually just Bella roosting in a tree,
She's actually there.
listening for mice to hunt.
I need to
You
stick
hear
near
their
this dead
heartbeat
guy in the
under
snow.
5
All the
feet of
rats
snow.
want to eat him. Perfect meal.
She can hear their heartbeat under 5 feet of snow, 40 miles downwind. Moving silently, like an owl.
Seeming to ask what this decision would mean for her. Of course, I couldn't be sure if it was really the information her curious eyes sought. Even in my imagination, I couldn't hear her thoughts. Bella Swan's eyes continued to question, and an unobstructed view of the stars continued to elude me. With a heavy sigh, I gave up and got to my feet. If I ran, I would be back in Carlisle's car in less than an hour. He left the
could
car
never-
out there for that long?
I could never hear her thoughts, just gentle hoots. Hoot.
Woot, woot.
Oh god.
Whoop.
Do that and then Photoshop an owl's face over her face.
Oh gosh.
That'd be funny.
In a hurry to see my family, and wanting very much to be the Edward that faced things head on, I raced across the starlit snowfield, leaving no footprints. 'Cause I'm an elf!
I'm not a good novel.
I will fucking strangle you through the call!
I'm not a good elf. I'm not a
I
good
will
elf.
strangle you too!
I'm a
I'm a
vampire.
And you've been gnomed? Question mark.
I guess.
God damn it.
That's like the best video ever. I don't know what
No,
you're
it's
talking
not.
about.
Dead meme.
It's only dead until we stop using it.
So it's dead?
It's not dead until we stop using it.
You said it's only dead.
Yes, and I'm saying it's not dead until we stop using it.
Fucking strangle you.
You can try, but I've already been strangled. Right as I die, you've been gnomed. Ugh.
Fucking hate you.
That was already established.
Yeah.
A strong, very platonic hate.
It's going to be okay, Alice breathed. Her eyes were unfocused, and Jasper had one hand lightly under her elbow, guiding her forward as we walked into the rundown cafeteria in a close group. Rosalie and Emmett led the way, Emmett looking ridiculously like a bodyguard in the middle of hostile territory. Rose
Well,
looked
he is
wary.
a big man.
Rose looked wary too, but much more irritated than protective.
Of course.
Of course it is.
Of course it is, I grumbled. Their behavior was ludicrous. If I wasn't positive that I could handle this moment, I would have stayed home.
The sudden shift from our normal, even playful morning. It had snowed in the night, and Emmett and Jasper were not above taking advantage of my distraction to bombard me with slush balls. Oh, well, that's nice. When they got bored with my lack of response, they turned on each other. To this overdone vigilance would have been comic. To this overdone vigilance would have been comical if it weren't so irritating.
She's not here yet, but the way she's going to come in, she won't be downwind if we sit in our regular spot.
Of course we'll sit in our regular spot. Stop it, Alice. You're getting on my nerves. Be absolutely finay.
Hey, don't talk about the only good character in the entire series like that. And talk to the only good character in the entire series like that. Fuck. Aside from Mustache Dad.
Dad? Dad!
She blinked once. She blinked once as Jasper helped her into her seat, and her eyes finally focused on my face.
She said, sounding surprised. I think you're right.
Of course I am, I muttered.
I hated being the focus of their concern. I felt a sudden sympathy for Jasper, remembering all the times we'd hovered protectively over him. He met my gaze briefly and grinned.
Bitch.
Annoying, isn't it?
I grimaced at him.
You've done nothing but grimace. It was just last week that this long drab room seemed... was it just last week that this long drab room had seemed so killingly dull to me? This seemed... it seemed almost like sleep, like a coma to be here?
Yes.
Today my nerves were stretched tight. Piano wires, tense to sing at the lightest pressure. My senses were hyper-alert. I scanned every sound, every sight, every movement of the air that touched my skin, every thought, especially the thoughts. There was only one sense that I kept locked down, refused to use. Smell, of course. I didn't breathe. I have no idea how to breathe.
Can I ask you something real quick?
Sure.
What page are we on?
Page 29 at the very bottom, last paragraph.
Okay, because chapter 3 is at page 51.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God!
We're not going to get through this chapter today.
Ah!
Yep.
29, right?
Yep. Very bottom.
Yeah, we're at the top. Bottom of 28.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
I was expecting to hear more about the Cullens and the thoughts that I sifted through all day. I'd been waiting, searching for whichever new acquaintance Bella Swan might have confided in, trying to see the direction the new gossip would take, but there was nothing. No one noticed the 5 vampires in the cafeteria, just the same as before the new girl had come. Certainly humans were still thinking of that girl, still thinking the same thoughts from last week, instead of finding this unutterably boring. I was now fascinated.
Okay, what
Stop.
is that?
Oh, shit. I'm fascinated. Okay.
Had she said nothing to...
Yeah, had she said nothing to anyone about me? What? Hey,
She
that
doesn't
guy
give a
was
shit
looking at
about
me
you.
kind of weird.
There was no way that she had not noticed my black murderous glare. I had seen her react to it. Surely I'd scared her silly. I had been convinced that she would have mentioned it to someone, maybe even exaggerated the story a bit to make it better, given me a few menacing lines.
Yeah, that one guy in class is really fucking weird. That's like all she's ever really said is just he's just fucking a weirdo. And now
Yes.
everyone at the school thinks that Edward's a creep.
See the way he was staring at me? What the fuck is with that? Anyway.
And then she'd also heard me trying to get out of the shared biology class. She must have wondered after seeing my expression whether she would be the cause. A normal girl would have asked around, compared her experience to others, looked for common ground that would explain my behavior, so she didn't feel singled out. Humans were constantly desperate to feel normal, to fit in, to blend in with everyone else. Oh my god, shut up! Else around them like a featureless flock of sheep. God fucking boy. All right then, Mr. Sheep. Why don't you fucking finish my line for me, huh? Gonna keep batting now, boy, huh? Can't speak English? Is that it, bitch? Huh? Yeah, fuck you.
Never thought I'd say
I
this.
saw my opportunity and I took it.
Never thought I'd say this, but I'd rather be reading Atlanta Nights.
Everything we read has been worse than next for some reason. We've been a perpetual, downward, fall.
You want to give us something interesting to read, lovely listeners? Write fan fiction about us.
The need was particularly strong during the insecure adolescence years. This girl would be no exception to that rule. Except Bella was like the motherfucking G, and she didn't give a shit.
Honestly, that'd be kind of amazing if she had a spine.
Yeah.
You mean Edward didn't rip hers out yet?
That would have made the story infinitely more interesting.
No, what would have made it infinitely more interesting is if she ripped out his.
That
before
would be.
turning into a vampire.
That would be, yes.
Bella Swan, the vampire slayer.
Bella Swan is secretly Sub-Zero.
If this was written more like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, I think it would have been really enjoyable.
Honestly, it would have just been more enjoyable if it weren't for all the angst.
Yeah, probably. I don't know.
But no one took any notice of us sitting here at our normal table. Why would they? Bella must be exceptionally shy, as she'd confided in no one. It's been 6 days. I doubt anyone gives a shit anymore.
Or maybe she doesn't think the world revolves around you. Newsflash, it doesn't.
You pale fuck. Fucking white people.
What?
Perhaps she had spoken to her father. Maybe that was the strongest relationship, though that seemed unlikely given the fact that she spent so little time with him throughout her life. I mean, she was in, Phoenix, Arizona.
Can we, delete this man from existence?
Okay, let me get the fucking stones. Just fucking sec.
Hello, Thanos? I've got a question. Can you snap for me real quick?
Hope Llytic finds this universe's Infinity Stones this time rather than another one's.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Did you get the right ones or the wrong ones?
What?
Did you get the right ones or the wrong ones this time?
Fuck!
I was really hoping that's where we ended the episode, was just that snap.
And then we never picked up this series ever again.
Shit, let's think we can make it to 31.
Yeah, let's do that.
I can't even count that high, so I'm not sure.
God, this story takes so long, and everyone getting derailed.
Yeah, a little bit.
Given the fact that she has spent she would be closer to her mother. Still, I would have to pass by Chief Swan sometime soon and listen to what he was thinking.
This town's so boring. Nothing ever happens. I wish a crime would happen. About to be a crime in your home when I eat your daughter, he says in his mind.
No, he says out loud. What? Nothing.
Anything new? Jasper asked.
Yeah, there's a new TV show that apparently everyone likes in town.
Lucifer. It involves a much more likable male character than you.
Nothing. She must thing, or it's been a fucking week.
Someone gives me a weird look. Even back home, I probably wouldn't have given a shit.
Someone gives me a weird look. Oh, cool, interesting. Back to reading. And I would have forgotten.
Someone gives me a weird look? What are you doing in my house?
I'm your roommate. All right. All of them raised an eyebrow at this news.
Maybe you're not as scary as you think you are. Emmett said, chuckling. I bet I could have frightened her better than that. Come on, you were likable for a second there.
I rolled my eyes at him.
Emmett's a big dude, though. I mean...
He's like the big chonk, but not chonk, the big
He's
mus.
the group barbarian.
Oh, God.
I could have scared her better than that. Shit. Was I rolled my eyes at him line already said?
No, that's your line.
Is that my line?
Yes.
I could have swore I said
No,
raised an eyebrow.
Zane's line.
No.
Yes.
Yep.
I don't have to read this story
Yes, you do.
anymore.
Yes, you do. If we have to read it,
Oh.
you have to read it.
So, wow, I already
Somebody
lost.
once told me.
Somebody wonder
once.
why, right?
Yep.
Wonder
No,
why.
I rolled my eyes.
Nope. One before that.
Don't
I rolled my eyes at him.
wonder why. He puzzled again over my revelation about the girl's unique silence.
We've been over that. I don't know. I don't know, guys.
I can't read her mind.
All I hear is hoots.
Hoot.
I'm just wondering, if you were to read the mind of like someone who exclusively spoke Spanish, would their thoughts be in Spanish or would they be translated to English for him?
That's a good question.
Shit, do I need to like tweet Stephenie Meyer and ask her this?
Do it. Heck, do it. See if you get a response.
I'll do it after we finish this episode.
Mm-hmm. Zane, your line.
Zane?
Yes?
Page 30, second paragraph.
She's coming in, Alice murmured then. I felt my body go rigid. Try to look human.
Hoot. Human, you say? Emmett asked.
He held up his right fist, twisting his fingers to reveal the snowball he'd saved in his palm. Of course, it had not melted there. He'd squeezed it into a lumpy block of ice. He had his eyes on Jasper, but I saw the direction of its thoughts. So did Alice, of course. When he abruptly hurled the ice chunk at her, she flicked it away with a casual flutter of her fingers. The ice ricocheted across the length of the cafeteria, too fast to be visible to human eyes, and shattered with a sharp crack against the brick wall. The brick cracked, too.
What?
Sorry, I don't think that's how physics work.
Well, no, if you launch the ice at enough speed, it will, but...
Well, apparently it's faster than the human eye could see, so it was going faster than a bullet.
Yes, so it could crack the ice. Crack the brick. Possibly. It's a very weird thing to do.
The heads in that corner of the room all turned to stare at the pile of broken ice on the floor and then swiveled to find the culprit. They didn't look further than a few tables away. No one looked at us, because no one gives a shit about you!
Very human in it, Rosalie said scathingly. Why don't you just punch through the wall while you're at it?
It would look more impressive if you did it, baby.
Don't patronize me.
Zane?
Yes?
Your line.
Hoot.
What? I tried to pay attention to them, keeping a grin fixed on my face, like I was a part of their banter.
Well, that's not weird.
I did not allow myself to look toward the line where I knew she was standing, but that was all I was listening to.
I could hear Jessica's impatience with the new girl, who seemed to be distracted, too, standing motionless in the moving line. I saw in Jessica's thoughts that Bella Swan's cheeks were once more colored bright pink with blood. Fuck.
I pulled in short, shallow breaths, ready to quit breathing if any hint of her scent touched the air near me. Okay, once you not...
Don't get near me!
Yeah, cooties!
Sorry! Fucking hell, I got distracted. Fuck.
Mike
Wazowski! Mike Newton was with the two girls. I heard both his voices. He has two? Oh, mental and verbal. When he asked Jessica what was wrong with the Swan girl, I don't like the way his thoughts were wrapped around her, the flicker of already established fantasies that clouded his mind while he watched her start and look up from her reverie like she'd forgotten he was there. He's just like, dang, I really want to take her to the movies. Let's go on a nice date. And it's just Edward's getting really pissed off.
It'd be hilarious if it was all wholesome shit.
Yeah, exactly. Mike's a very nice boy. That's all. And he wants to take her out like a...
He's not a nice guy, but he's a good person.
He's a gentleman.
No. No.
I didn't know you
Do
had a
not
problem with
speak that.
gentlemen.
We do not speak that word here for the connotation it carries.
I thought gentleman was a positive word. What?
Not when fedoras are involved.
You can be a
But does
gentleman
Mike
without
wear a
wearing
fedora? I don't think so.
Well, we don't know what he does in his spare time. It's probably against dress code. Nothing, I heard Bella say in that quiet, clear voice. Hoot. It seemed to ring like a bell over the babble of the cafeteria, but I knew that was just because I was listening for it so intently. Hoot.
I'll just get a soda today, she continued as she moved to catch up with the line.
Hoot, she said as she pecked the vending machine.
Again, I'm
Just
imagining
slammed her
like
head
it's,
into it repeatedly.
I'm imagining it's secretly like an owl-length neck. Like the fact that they're able to extend their necks so far.
Yes, you told us about this last week.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just imagining, like, as she's doing that, like, her head just extends, like, 3 feet off her shoulder.
I mean, headbutting the thing might hurt, but if you just, push your neck up some, it's not going to do much damage. You look sick, bro.
I rearranged my features so the expression would seem casual and effortless. It failed horrifically.
Critical fail.
Jessica was wondering aloud about the girl's lack of appetite. Aren't you hungry?
Actually,
I don't
I
have
feel a
any
little
dead
sick.
mice.
Her voice was lower, but still very clear.
Hoot.
They don't have any dead mice. I'm not interested.
She got a cold from being outside with Edward earlier.
Got a cold hunting mice. Why did it bother me, the protective concern that emanated from Mike Newton's thoughts? Because you're a jealous ass. Why did it matter that there was a possessive edge to them? Because you're both jealouses. It wasn't my business that Mike Newton felt unnecessarily anxious for her. Perhaps this was the way everyone responded to her. Are you sure? Hadn't I wanted instinctively to protect her too, before I wanted to kill her, that is?
Bipolar much? But was the girl ill?
Her flows are.
Her flows? Dang, she spitting bars?
She spit straight fire.
Hoot, 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 hoot. No one can understand it, but she seems really into it.
It's got a good flow.
It was hard to judge, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was hard to judge. She looked so delicate with her translucent skin. Then I realized that I was worrying, too, just like that dim-witted boy, and I forced myself not to think about her health. Fuck you, Edward.
I honestly, like, dealing so much with, like, shit like anime and manga in which, like, you have the character that's being revered as the quote-unquote school idol, and one of the things that's always mentioned is how fucking pale they are. I'm really fucking annoyed with that kind of shit.
A school where there's a dark-skinned idol. Is that what you want?
just
Surprise,
want
this
someone
takes
to...
place in Africa. We're the Africa Anime School.
That would be interesting to see.
No, it ends up being like a fucking shit, the
Bones
detective
Pizza?
games,
Which detective game?
the anime ones.
I don't really
Fucking
watch a lot of detective anime.
Ace something.
Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney.
Yeah, Ace Attorney ones. It's like the Ace Attorney ones where it's actually like some weird hybrid of both America and Japan.
I see.
And so for some reason, it's like American style diversity, but they're still doing the school idol thing.
Yeah.
San Francisco or whatever.
Yeah. Just so happens that at this one, the school idol's black. You okay there?
I just thought of something really, really racist.
Don't!
It's Neo Tokyo. There's still some Japanese influence. So I could picture a lot of the school doing like that one, like pretty much blackface thing that happens in Japan. Because
Oh, the
everyone likes
Ganguro
school.
thing.
There's a bunch of Ganguros trying to look like the school idol.
Oh, God! Oh no! Oh!
I found the
it's
one
not
flaw
terrible.
with our plan.
Oh no!
I don't know what y'all are talking about, so...
Something really,
Gang
really
Guru
bad.
makeup style. Fuck. Okay, whoever's line is it? It is.
Years.
Is it
Yeah.
mine?
Yes.
Okay. Whoop. Shit. That's coffee.
Coffee?
I accidentally opened up the Discord and said, okay, regardless, I didn't like monitoring her through Mike's thoughts. I switched to Jessica's, watching carefully as the three of them chose which table to sit at. Fortunately, they were sat with Jessica's usual companions at one of the first tables in the room, not downwind, just as Alice promised.
Alice elbowed me. She's going to look soon. Act human. Edward immediately like starts drooling and looks like a dumb animal because his opinion of humanity is so low.
Wow, that was such a well-structured, thought-out joke.
Dab joke? Dab! Quickly! Dab! What?
No!
Dab? Yes!
Who said dab?
You did! Don't
No,
lie!
I didn't!
I heard dab. Don't lie.
No, I didn't! I said, wow, that was such a well-structured and thought-out joke.
Yeah, nice jab. And by jab, I mean dab!
Fuck?
And me.
Shit, whose line?
Is it
Which
anyways?
It's Zane's line.
What?
Did you
just
already
read.
say the clenching teeth thing?
Yeah.
It's Zane. Oh,
Then
did
it's
you?
my line.
Okay, I didn't hear him say the clinching teeth thing.
Ease up, Edward, Emmett said. Honestly, so you kill one human. That's hardly the end of the world.
You would know, I murmured.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Ugh.
Yeah, you gotta break a few eggs to make an omelet.
Oh, God. Fuck, one more page, or...
I mean, I don't know. Y'all want to keep doing this, or I'm fine ending it here. I'm fine going
32 is a
one
good page to finish with, so let's just finish this page.
Okay.
We just finished 31, though. What?
I said 32.
I don't know, man. I'm pretty sure you said 30 dab.
Read your line, you fuck.
Emmett laughed. You've got to learn to get over things like I do. Eternity is it's a long time to wallow in guilt.
Just then, Alice tossed a smaller handful of ice that she'd been hiding into Emmett's unsuspecting face.
He blinked, surprised, and then grinned in anticipation.
And then they fucked in under 1 second, ripping off all their clothes and putting it back on as they're like high speed or whatever.
Oh god, that's terrifying.
So he's just been gnomed, I guess.
Fastest fuck in the West.
You asked for it, right? That line?
Yep.
You asked for it, he said, and then he leaned across the table and ice and hair in her direction, the snow melting in the warm flew. That's not how that...
You'd think that because of the fact that they're supposed to be room temperature. I mean...
Flew out from his hair in a thick shower of half liquid, half ice. I don't
He
think
basically pulled a wet dog.
Yep.
Ew, Rose complained as she and Alice recoiled from the deluge. How much did she throw?
Alice laughed, and we all joined in. I could see in Alice's head how she orchestrated this perfect moment, and I knew that the girl, I should stop thinking of her that way as if she were the only girl in the world, that Bella would be watching us laugh and play, looking as happy and human and unrealistically ideal as a Norman Rockwell painting.
Well, that's just concerning.
I like those paintings.
Alice kept laughing and held her tray up as a... Bella must still be staring at it.
Oh shit, I get to use the thing.
I really wish she just sat down and she didn't even give a shit.
Yeah, that'd probably be more realistic. Staring at the Cullens again. Someone thought, catching my attention.
I looked... oh wait, whoops.
It's
Fuck.
my line, Zane.
No.
Sorry, I guess I know how you feel now. I looked automatically toward the unintentional call, realizing as my eyes found their destination that I recognized the voice. I'd been listening to it so much today.
Wake me up, wake me up.
Can't wake up.
I don't know the rest of the song.
Save me.
Is it But My Eyes, right?
Yes.
Wake up, grab a brush and put on a little makeup.
But my eyes slid right past Jessica and focused on the girl on the girl's penetrating gaze.
Focused on the girl penetrating gaze. Wait, what?
Hoot!
And if you say that just right, it sounds like she's pegging gay people.
Oh my.
Not right. I'm pretty sure that's assault.
Maybe they're not gay. Maybe they're just a 3 on the Quincy scale.
Okay. Whose line?
Your.
She looked down quickly, hiding behind her thick hair again. Hoot! Hoot!
What was she thinking? The frustration seemed to be getting more acute as time went on, rather than dulling. I tried, uncertain what I was doing, for I'd never tried this before, to probe with my mind at the silence around her. My extra hearing had always come to me naturally without asking. I'd never had to work at it. But I concentrated now, trying to break through whatever shield surrounded her.
Nothing but silence. Hoot!
Hoot. Oh, shit. God damn it. Okay, there we go. Was it about her? Jessica thought. Echoing my own frustration.
Edward Cullen is staring at you, she whispered in the swan girl's ear, adding a giggle. There was no hint of her jealous irritation in her tone. Jessica seemed to be skilled at feigning friendship.
Jessica sounds like an asshole.
Yeah, a little bit.
Maybe Jessica just wants to bone the really tall, buff one. So she's like, finally, I know which one Edward likes, so, maybe she can maybe Edward can distract her from getting me that big man.
Well, no.
And then she realizes the entire family fucks each other, and she's like, nah, gross, I don't be at that kind of...
I was about to say earlier she seemed to have a thing for Mike Newton. Also, Tom, that person I just put into the chat, that's a Gangaro girl.
Why did they do that?
It's literally supposed to be a whole thing to, emulate black women from, US. Not kidding. It's
Okay. It's strange, I guess.
It does, the whole thing is, it doesn't have the same connotation. That sort of thing doesn't have the same connotation over there as it does over here.
I still think it looks really weird.
I mean, it is essentially just culturally accepted blackface.